Revelation chapter 12 verse 11 declares, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the words of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death.
Can I get a witness?
God has to live for me, so I want the whole world to see.
So can I get a witness?
And if he done it for us, all you have to do is trust. So
Can I get a witness?
you just see our glory, but you don't know our story. So
Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness?
Welcome to Can I Get a Witness Testimony Show. I'm your host, Linda Johnson. In celebrating the finale of the show, we decided to change the format just a little bit. So today, we'll allow our guest to introduce himself. Please welcome Marcus Damone Henry of As I Die Slowly.
Hello everybody, my name is Marcus Damone Henry. I'm an author and filmmaker, which is a blessing. It's an honor to have those titles attached to my name, because it wasn't always so.
Hi, hello, my name is Terrence Gaddison. I'm co-CEO of Urban Life Entertainment, producer of As I Die Slowly, the movie. Me and Marcus were introduced to each other in prison. We met in prison. We didn't really know each other on the street. But our relationship grew in prison, and Marcus started writing. We decided to start a company, Urban Life Entertainment. Out of that came a publishing company, movie company, and like I said, we did As I Die Slowly, which was our very first movie. To me, As I Die Slowly was very important. We go around life every day not being aware of how fortunate we are, with the things that are given to us and the positive things in our life. And me seeing that this epidemic that we have with HIV and AIDS in the black community, especially among teenagers and young women, we felt that it was very important to take the book, which had a great response, and turn it into a movie and try to get more of a nationwide response, get people to really see in maybe an entertaining way about the consequences of unprotected sex, and to realize how dangerous and how critical HIV and AIDS is to the black community.
Hey, my name is Richard Savoy. I'm the DP of this project. I actually was introduced to them from Terrence. We actually had a shop next to each other in King's Flea Market. So we actually, we knew each other by passing by, having two different businesses right side by side. And so he was actually more communicating with my partner at the time, Greg White, and they talked about how they wanted to do a movie. And so I knew about the process of them trying to do a movie. I was all for it. So as time passed, I don't know, it may be about a year, almost 2 years before they actually said, let's try to make this movie happen. At that time, I was, solo on my company. And he called me up and said, look, man, I'm trying to do this movie. He's like, are you up for it? Never did anything like this before. I was like, you know what, man, if y'all want to do it, I'm down. You know what I'm saying? Because my goal is, my whole thing about me, I feel like I may not be the one to say, well, I want to make a pyramid and stuff like that, but I'll be the one that build it. Say, well, that's what you want to build? I'll build it. You know what I'm saying? That's my background. That's what I think that's what I'm here for. Whoever got a dream, I just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I can put all the resources together and make it happen. So once we got together, things started happening. It's just like, we were learning on the process, like put things together. Let's find out what we need to do this, who we need to do, okay, how we need to do it. And as things went on, it happened. It seemed like everything happened the way it should happen. The people who played the roles, everybody felt, they felt right, and they came right, made that story come alive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, they had some people who started off at this role, but we met other people they put it together. So collectively, that what made this project work so well. Everybody behind the camera and in front of the camera. And so I'm just really just happy to be be on the ride on this roller coaster.
My name is Ash DeVito. I played the character of JL in As I Die Slowly. I got aboard with this project. I received a phone call from Terrence. He asked me to come out and audition. He said he had to have my business card and wanted me to come read for the role, and I did. And I instantly believed in the message of the story. I was grateful that I did get the role and that they believed in me to really bring that character out. My main focus when I thought about playing JL was how can I make this realistic, you know? And the main thing that came to mind when I read the script and saw how many different females that I had that I had to interact with, I had to adapt to each female at ease so that the people can really see how easy it is to become a victim of HIV virus, you know, through just careless behavior. And I think everyone pretty much played their role. I believed in, like I said, the writing, the production team, the actors. It was a process, but everybody really, you know, gave it their all and came together. And as time progressed, the project got better and better. The buzz about the cast, the writing, and just the movie as a whole increased. And here we are now, you know, a Nollywood Award winner on Urban Life Entertainment's first production, you know, out of the door. So I'm just grateful to be a part of that project, and I can honestly say that I contributed to that project, and I look forward to seeing where Urban Life is going to their career from here on out, because I know they can only go up.
I would take it and I send it to Didi. I tell Didi, you know, hey, look, you know, let your mom and some other people read this stuff. Just, you know, him, Marcus, he writing a book.
Give non-biased opinion.
And she gave like to her mom and to her auntie and all them, and then like I'd call her. What they say? Oh man, they love it, because the first one they wrote was that South Park Players. Right. It's like, man, they loved it, man. It's like it had them thinking like back in the day, the Carringtons and all that kind of stuff. So when she sent it back, I tell him, it's like, for real, for real. So we sit around one day. We sit around and say, hey man, you know what? Come on, we're gonna publish this ourselves. And he's like, nah, man, how are we gonna do that? So we was like calling Didi, hey, get information on how to do this, how to self-publish and all this kind of stuff. So we would get the paperwork, we send it to her. She rip and run all over the place, and before you know it, we like had the book, and we got first cover done. Went through Mars published, and we had the first book done. And they sent a copy to us, and he should have seen it. He was like, "Man, this is my book."
Okay.
I guess Mad Hatter and them had a segment where they wanted to bring on people that was writing books. So Didi went on, because Mark, you know, me and Mark was locked up. So Didi went on and actually, you know, did the interview.
Did y'all record it?
Yeah, we got it. We actually had it. Yeah, she was all nervous. She was nervous, but you know, she was answering the question. It was like a long interview.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, it was a long interview.
Hey, that's real, man. That's a testimony within itself, because Didi held it down.
Yeah, that's why she always say on the first day.
Yeah, I got a whole new respect for that.
Oh, no, she did all the legwork. I mean, like getting all the information, setting up the company.
Yeah.
You know, she did all that.
So that was important.
Yeah, she did all that. They had another lady that was, I'm trying to think of this magazine. She started her own publishing company. She actually wanted, but everybody that wanted under, you know, their own conditions. And Walker was like, nah, you know, this is my material. I don't want to, you know.
See, that's the beauty of being patient.
Well, at that time, it was only just South Park Players.
Oh, okay, that was the first.
And then when he got ready to do, actually start on Nikki, he changed, and he's like, you know what? He's like, man, I want to do something different. And he didn't tell me. One day he just called me. He called me. We met in the library. He said, man, I want to do something different. And he gave it to me, and he had AIDS on there. And I was looking at him like, okay, you want to tell me something or what?
Yeah.
He's like, what do you think about that? I said, okay, AIDS. I didn't snap. And he was like, that's going to be the name of the next book. I was like, AIDS. He said, yeah, As I Die Slowly. I was like, huh? He said, yeah, man. He said, I was reading some stuff in the paper, man. They talking about, you know, the AIDS epidemic. He said, I want to write a story about, you know, about AIDS. And I was like, nah, come on, man, you tripping. He said, no, seriously. And I think he wrote that book like in, man, it might have been less than a month. He wrote that. And then we sent it out. When we sent it out, it was the same response.
Part of my testimony was I felt God told me to build my library. Like build my material, my children's books, my novel, just keep writing, building my material. And I was sharing that with Marcus too, because he's doing that and he's done that. And he got material where he can just sit back and relax and just focus on putting it out there, you know what I'm saying? Putting each production and doing it the right way. I mean, look what he did on his first one out the door. That's why I was telling her, like, this whole project for me was a faith seed. I got a call from you out of nowhere, you know what I'm saying? And it all started from there, you know what I mean? And even the whole transition, it was I believed in Marcus, I believed in the story, I believed in you for believing in me for that role, and everything lined it up and it paid off, you know what I mean?
When you say that, you have to look at it, because it's like, I think me and Melissa talked about that before, and I don't know, I think me and you talked about it too. Yeah. We were saying, like, you know, sometimes when stuff happens, it's like everything, when you look at everything that we did with this movie, it was like, even when we was talking, our first movie wasn't even supposed to be As I Die Slowly. Right. It really was supposed to be South Park Players. It seemed like every which way we tried to go to South Park Players, we ended up back at As I Die Slowly. And it's strange, because it's like we were doing the interview with the AIDS Foundation, and we were just trying to get some information for the book. Okay, and then we got away from that. You know, we was gonna do the documentary with Greg. We got away from that, and we started going back to South Park Players. And really, it was like one day I was looking at Fox 26, and just out of the blue, my wife had recorded something. And normally I watch something else, and it popped up on, you know, you're watching one show, and when it's recorded, and it pops up to that show, and it popped up, and they actually had this little girl that was from the AIDS Foundation, and she was like, at that time, I think she was 15. That's the one we interviewed. Okay. And she had gotten AIDS. That was, first time she'd ever had sex. She had ran away from home, and she met some guy at a bus stop. They had sex, and then she found out like 2 years later she was HIV positive. And it was like, I saw that, I was like, man, it's crazy. So when they're going back to the AIDS Foundation, and they actually took us to the facility where she was at, and we met her, and then we found out everybody at the facility was like from 14 to like 19. And all of them was HIV positive. And that's what it was for us, for teenagers that were HIV positive. And at that point, we was like, man, we gotta do this movie. And that's when, we was talking to Greg, and then that's when you came in the picture, because we was trying to figure out, going to different people, like, okay, who can we get to film the movie? And everybody was like giving us something ridiculous, trying to, like, mess us around and stuff. And then when I talked to you, and you was looking, at first you was like, man, I never done a movie, but hey, we can try it.
I never knew that either. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, now I even have even more respect for all three of y'all, because like I say, this was y'all first experience, and it far exceeded not only our own expectations. I knew it would be successful. I didn't know at what level, but everybody around us is seeing that. You know what I mean? And then with the crossover with the Nollywood market, and then the topic is so relevant within our community and market and their community and market.
They tie in together.
Right. So we might not have understood why they chose that, but as time progressed, we see why everything happens for a reason, and then went the direction it did.
And you just, like I say, you look at it, and it's, the whole thing is just blessed. Like I say, because when we was doing this, like, me and Richard was talking, it's like, hey, we just gonna do it, we don't. If it don't turn out right, it don't turn out right. Don't worry about it. Ain't nobody sleeps under the bridge. Ain't nobody gonna lose their house. We gonna film it, and then worst thing worst was we always pull it up 50 years later and say, hey man, I tried this. Yeah, we tried it.
Again, my name is Ash DeVito, actor, writer. My website is DeVitoFamilyPublishing.com, and that's DeVito, D-A-V as in Victor, I-T-O, FamilyPublishing.com. And there you'll see my children's book series, Sonny and Star ELF. ELF stands for Exercise and Literacy Foundation. And you'll also see the coloring book, Sonny and Star coloring book, with the exercises and word scramble, tic-tac-toe, and things like that for your kids.
Yeah, my name is Richard Savoy. My company is Chop TV Media. You can find me at Chop TV, that's C-H-O-P, TV, media.com. Or you can also hit me up on Twitter. That's at Chop TV Media. Thank you.
And I'm Terrence Gaddison, once again, co-CEO of Urban Life Entertainment. You can reach us at www.urbanlifeent.com. Once again, As I Die Slowly, award-winning first film. And also we have Nikki, a hip-hop love story, which is our next movie that will be coming out soon. Just want to thank everybody. Keep praise to God. Thank you.
Can I get a witness? God has to live for me, so I want the whole world to see. So can I get a witness? And if he done it for us,
you have to do is trust. So
Can I get a